The statutes for motor tax. I'm just trying to pinpoint it online. I can't seem to find it.
Sorry, what are you looking for?
I've been looking online at the statute book. I'm just trying to find which act it is that applies to motor tax.
Well, the current act is the Motor Vehicles and Duties and Licence Act 2012.
Sorry, could you just say that again?
Sorry, Motor Vehicles, Duties and Licence Act 2012.
Motor vehicles. Okay, do you know what exact provision relates to motor tax?
Number 10. All that relates to motor tax.
Yeah, but say if I didn't pay tax and the guards stopped me, what particular part would they use to go to court with? The original,
the acts go back to 1920. I'd have to look that up. I think it's there's a section, all right, that says that you have to have tax when you're using your vehicle in a public place. Yeah. I was just trying to find. Obviously, it's a big act, and there's a good lot of them. Yeah. Well, the 2012 Act is basically just replaces the schedule. The 1952 Act is the main act, really. I'd have to look it up for you. I can't tell you off the top of my head. No, I just have another question as well. If there was a court case or anything, I don't have a court case now. I'm just asking in theory. If one was brought, what evidence would the guards have to provide to? You'd probably want to speak to the guards about that. But I mean, they enforce the law. I can just tell you what the legislation is. If they stopped you and you didn't have tax, and you didn't have a valid tax disc, that would be evidence. Yeah, but my question is what proof would there be that the act applies to me in the first place, without actually? What evidence would there be that the act applies in the first place without actually using the act itself? You know what I mean? No, I don't understand that question. If someone said to you everything in the Bible is true because it says so in the Bible, you know what I mean? So why would the act apply in the first place for anyone to actually look at the act to apply it? Well, I don't know. I don't really understand what you're saying, but it's 1952 Finance Excise Duty Vehicles Act 1952, right? Okay. A description of that, an act to charge and impose certain duties of excise in respect of mechanically propelled vehicles used on public roads. I appreciate it'll probably say all that in the act, but I was just wondering if I wrote you guys a letter or the Department of Transport a letter just requesting evidence that the act applies in the first place, what evidence would they provide to me? Well, it's an act that's passed through the Houses of the Office, and the head of state signs it in as law. It's a legislation in the country, like. Yeah, but what authority would they have to impose that on me if I've nothing to do with them? If you're a citizen in the country and you're stopped in the country, you don't even have to be a citizen, but if you're driving a vehicle on a public road, or if you have your vehicle parked on a public road and you don't have motor tax, you need to it's an excise, motor tax is an excise duty. And you need to have paid an excise duty to have your vehicle on a public road. So it would be applicable to citizens in the state, is it? No, it's not. It's applicable to anybody who has a vehicle registered in the state. Alright, so if my vehicle isn't registered, then it wouldn't apply? If it's not registered in Ireland, if it's registered in a foreign country? No, but just if the vehicle wasn't registered to the government. If the vehicle, you have to have your vehicle registered. If your vehicle's not registered, you would be done for not having your vehicle registered. But that's another act or statute. That's another act. So why would that apply? That's the Revenue Commissioners. That's the Revenue Commissioners. I mean, why does any act apply to anybody? I mean, why does any act apply to anybody? I mean, why does any act apply to anybody? Well, that's my exact question. Why does it? Well, I mean, that's not. I can just advise you on what the laws of the land in relation to motor tax are. Like them sort of questions, I can't answer for you. Yeah, well, I don't mean to annoy you or anything, but that's just the answers I'm trying to find. I just can't find any evidence that applies. If I have nothing to do with the government and I've never met the men before in my life, what right do they have to impose a condition of use on my private property?
which will be my car.
Okay, well maybe you want to speak to somebody in the legal profession about that.
No,
they may be able to explain that to you.
No, well, I just want to talk to the people who create the legislation and just to try and find evidence that they have the authority to impose their ideas on me is basically what I'm trying to find. But you know what I mean? If I just wrote on a bit of paper that I have the right to come to your house and take money off you, you'd ask why, where do you get the authority to do so? So that's basically what I'm asking.
Well, maybe you should speak to somebody in the Oireachtas then about, like, what power, you know, it
well,
would pass through the houses of the Oireachtas, do you know what I mean? Not like every law in the country passes through the houses of the Oireachtas, so maybe you should speak to them about what who their laws cover.
I just think it's a question that people don't really ask a lot, you know? People just get on with it and pay rather than just asking why.
Okay, well, you probably need to speak to somebody in the houses of the Oireachtas about how the whole laws of the land work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Would you have a reference number or anything? Just I've been on the statutebook.ie, but there's no actual. I was looking on the statutebook.ie, but there's no direct contact number because they don't want to discuss them or whatever. So I don't have a number to ring to speak to anyone.
Hold on now. Hold on. I can give you a number for Leinster House or something else. You could try ringing them, right, and they may be able to direct you on, because I'm sure you're not the first person who would have asked these questions, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the number is 01618.
Yep.
3000.
Okay, cheers. What was your name, sorry?
Okay, well, I would advise you to go to the houses of the Oireachtas.
Yeah, I'll give them a ring. Cheers for your help.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.